Well, it's funny that he said that because I find a lot of young people don't read books, and and I tell them all the time. I say, you got to read books because books is where the history is at. Books is where the truth is at. Today's TV, they make it so simple to turn on the TV and just watch something, and then when you do hear about a good book, instead of them promoting and advertising that book, what they'll turn around and do is say, well, we'll turn it into a TV show. And they chop up the book to the point where they make the book about something,
totally
similar but totally different. And then the youth is sitting up there saying, well, I know what it is, and you don't know what it is because you're not reading. And I find that people rather read text messages,
But yeah, true. But however, in Japan, right? In Japan right now, teenage girls are writing entire novels on their cell phones, and they're selling like millions of copies and getting publishing deals just off of the text they send out. So we're old. You know what I'm saying? The kids are communicating on a level that you don't even understand. So hold on. Just because you were saying I don't see young people reading, like I see young people writing. I mean, even though they're texting and stuff, that's writing. And they're sending emails and stuff, that's still writing. And I'm just kind of interested in like what do you read? What do you pick? You read a magazine? When I was young, I read like The Source, or I read like I don't know, Rolling Stone. And, I read magazines. I didn't read too many books. I didn't start getting into novels until I read like The Outsiders or that kind of stuff. But what do you read? Like, what are you reading?
Pictures. Women.
All right, it's either between sex, drama, or like gang related. Most people look at books now and look at events,
right?
Something that they know that they wasn't capable of doing, that they will not do. You know what I mean? And they say, what if? So like for instance, I had a book called G-Spot.
Okay.
It's more of like a part sexual but extreme drama suspense.
Okay.
And it's more in detail.
Right.
Not a lot of writers put extreme detail in.
Right.
But that was one of the books I can actually say was detailed to the books.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to that, that's what most people, I would say, my age and younger look at.
Right.
And honestly, I would say, me, I like documentaries.
Okay.
Like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. When it comes down to it, I'm not just saying other people, including myself.
Yeah.
We don't look at stuff like that.
G-Spot, is it good?
It's alright. It's alright.
It's alright?
It's alright.
What do you read?
It's alright. I mean, like he said, I'm not gonna front. Like those are the books that catch us now. You can we can tell what book we're gonna read just by the cover.
I used to read like Iceberg Slim and Donald Gordon. You read Iceberg Slim? Black Mama Widow? No? You want to hear graphic? That thing is turning out.
Chester Himes.
You're not going to sleep. Yeah, you want to read something. You want it to be moving, right? You want it to be talking to you, right?
You can tell what you're gonna read by just
Harlem's the place for that, right? This is the center of independent literature right now. It is, for sure.
To make a comment on what you were saying as far as you're addressing the younger group, and I also find that one of the biggest problems is that instead of addressing the younger group as just individuals, people address them as the younger group.
Absolutely.
And the older group a lot of times seem to be a little bit intimidated to come to the younger person and say, look, this is this, this is that, this is this. And I find since younger groups sit up there and they don't expect older groups to come to them with the understanding that they are intelligent.
Right.
Unfortunately, a lot of older people say, well, you young, you don't know nothing. But if you come to them with the idea that, showing them that you respect their intelligence, most of the time they'll sit there and they'll listen to you.
Absolutely.
And, you can end up opening up doors for people. I write, but one of the first books I started reading in a long time is The Whiteout. And it intrigued me. I may have had my disagreements with it,
right.
but the fact about it is this is somebody's thoughts, this is somebody's imagination, this is somebody's heart, this is somebody's feelings. And no matter At the end of the day, it could be the greatest book in the world. But the fact about it, what I appreciate from it is that you guys, it's not just the White House, it's all of you guys. Y'all sharing a piece of yourselves that you could have kept amongst yourself. You know, because for years, all the stuff I write, I don't do nothing.
Yeah.
But with
I'm
Peter,
saying,
he got his stuff out
I
there.
got
He
books.
inspires me to want to go out there, and you all do inspire me to want to go out there and give it a shot myself. So, you know,
Upload it to Kindle. It's free. You put your book out there right now. You can go home right now. You can upload your book to the Kindle store, and people can buy it all over the world.
I mean, I don't write books or nothing, but I'm a poet. That's just, but I do it for personal things. Like, I don't do it for the world to read.
Okay.
You know, it's like, I have a personal feeling. I gotta jot it down. Another thing, like, I was sitting there, this one paper he said, you know, yeah, he put curse in the book. In a sense way, that's something that, to, you know, older folks, they would say that, oh no, that's too far. But in our eyes, that's kind of being straightforward with it.
That's
It's
true.
no,
We curse too.
it's no sugarcoat, it's not no, it's being straight with it. And nowadays, that's what we need to hear.
Okay.
It's not, we as in young adults, we say that to ourselves, it's not what we want, it's what we need. And that's something being forward and straight is what we need here. Okay, sometimes, all right, depending on how they've been raised, sometimes, you know, the curses might not be, but then, like, for a person, I would say myself, you know, I've heard a lot of cursing growing up.
Me too. No?
That's something as I understand. You know what I mean? So when somebody will put a few curse words or a lot of curse words in the book, I would be able to understand it because that's how it was brought up. You know what I mean? And it tells somebody that haven't been brought up what it is, how it's being put in a way of somebody that's been brought up minded. You know what I mean? So in a sense, I think that's, I would say that it's been straightforward as possible.
So if you don't get out there and put something down on paper, that's going to be something that's missing from inspiring someone else. People have encouraged me to tell my story because they say, you know, my daughter, my niece, my aunt, whatever, we didn't think that was possible. But if you put this down, we'll know that it is. I came here from DC where I live now, but I'm from South Central Los Angeles. I'm the baby of 9 children. When I was 14, I left home. My mother said, I'm not going to let you go. And I said, Mom, please. I said, if you let me do this, I will never let you regret this decision. I won a scholarship to the top boarding school in the country, where the Kennedys and people like that went. And I had done the gifted program, I had done magnet, everything that was advanced in the public school, I had done it. So I went there thinking that I knew something. I got my papers back, my work back. There were so many red marks, it looked like blood. And all I could do was just cry. And I said, Mom, I want to come home. And I thought about it. I said, you know what? Not everybody gets this chance. I'm the last of 9. None of the ones before me got this. I have to suck it up and make this work. I worked my butt off. By the time I was a freshman in college, they said, do you want to be a TA for the writing workshop? So I help other people write their stuff. I'm a Fulbright scholar. I went to the Peace Corps. The first thing people would say is, I never met a black person who did the Peace Corps. And my response was, you have now. And all kinds of things went on. So there are all kinds of experiences that you can have and you can motivate other people. Do not give up on your dream. You can do it, but you have to make it a reality. And you have to find a way. So I want to encourage all of you to do that.
All right. All right.
I'd just like to add something to the subject of the young people about reading. We're talking about subject matter and all those things, so I'm not going to belabor any of those points. I'm going to talk about the act of reading itself and the fact that it's actually good for your brain. Focus, helps you to focus. We talk about the difference between television and reading, and the reasons separate and apart from, again, the content being different, is the fact that when you're reading, your brain, your eyes are moving a certain way. It's good for your brain. Okay, there have been biological studies done, the types of with mice, the types of stimulation that they get. Certain mice get put in a box with no stimulation, no wheels, no little things to climb over, nothing. And they put it with other mice, same types of mice, and they have little mazes, and they can crawl over things and roll around and all these things. And of course, at the end of the experiment, all the mice are getting killed and their brains are getting examined. But when they examine their brains, the mice that are in the environment where they've been stimulated, their brains have more neurons, literally, more nerve endings to fire. They can do more. As opposed to the mice who've been in these static environments, flat. Their brains aren't as developed. So the same way if you wanted to play ball, you get out there and you shoot hoops, or if you wanted to play tennis, or any other endeavor in life that you'd have to practice if you don't want to be a dullard. If it matters to you, whatever it is that you decide to do in your life, that you be clever, you be smart, you be quick on the ball, you can exercise your brain by reading, whatever it is you decide to read. You pick up a book. The act of reading itself is good for you. It's good food. The act itself, and I would encourage you. I've read pretty much any and everything that has come across my path. I've read encyclopedias and dictionaries and comic books and old literature. Okay, and I got through a lot of. I actually got through high school without having to study because I read so much. Like I used to be able to sit down and test because I had this wide breadth of knowledge. I could just pull from other stuff that I had read because I knew stuff. You understand? I'm not encouraging that. I'm not endorsing because I had to switch it up when I went to college. Really. I studied in college, but I mean, I'll be honest with you. Again, the act itself, okay, is good for you. Okay, I would encourage you to do it. Pick up a newspaper, read the sports page or the lifestyle page, read the movie reviews, whatever it is that interests you. Read the New York Times. Read the New York Times. Give that a shot. Okay? Pick it up on a Sunday and check it out. Find something in there that is of interest to you and read that. Okay? Make it a habit and it's good for you. Okay? That's for me.